Hi, Kitsap County residents. My name is Steve Gardner, and I'm the Elections Public Information Officer in the Kitsap County Auditor's Office. And if you decide to run for office this year, I'll be your main contact as you prepare your statement in the voter's pamphlet. Thank you for preparing your decision and your work by watching this presentation. In this presentation, I'll touch on some important points, but detailed information is available in the Kitsap County Elections Candidate and Measure Guidelines book for 2021. This pamphlet is available online at kcowa.us/filing. That, by the way, is a shortened URL, and if it doesn't work for you, go to Google and search Kitsap County Elections, and you should see a link to our elections page. You can find the online pamphlet there, as well as a link to the candidate filing and measure prep page. We also have printed copies here at the office, so you can either come here to get one or contact us so we can mail you one. We'll touch on some of the details, but with the book, you can have something handy to have details at your fingertips. There's information about filing fees, detailed info about write-in candidates. There's duties and qualifications needed to run for office and which offices are open for election this year, and important information about the rules you'll follow in writing your candidate statement for the pamphlet. A few things to point out are there can be no bold or all caps, and you're not allowed to talk about other candidates or incumbents. State law says you must limit your statements to info about you. If you have questions about that, you can be in touch with me. There's also info about submitting a video and links to contacts for sign rules in the different jurisdictions. And there is information on how you report to the Public Disclosure Commission about contributions and spending. There are multiple ways to file for office. The most common one is filing online and is probably the most convenient for most candidates. It's important to know that online filing starts at 9 a.m. on Monday of filing week and goes around the clock until 4 p.m. on Friday of filing week. So those times are a little bit different than what's available in the other methods. You can file to run for office in our office in Port Orchard. We're open from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Friday. We can begin receiving emailed and faxed filings at 8 a.m. on Monday through 4:30 p.m. on Friday. Please don't send it earlier than that, or we'll be contacting you to ask you to do it again. We can actually receive filings by mail beginning May 3rd, no sooner. If we get one before then, we are required by law to send it back to you. During filing week, there is a listing of candidates who filed on our website, which you might want to refer to just to see who might be opposing you. We won't begin posting that until May 17th. That's the first day of filing, even if you mail yours in sooner. The withdrawal deadline is critical information. The deadline is May 24th, 4:30 p.m. on May 24th to be specific. That's the Monday after filing week. If you don't withdraw on time, your name goes on the ballot, period. Your failure to withdraw on time could end up costing the district you were considering running in. Because if there are 3 candidates, there will be a primary, and the local districts are the ones sharing the cost of the election. I think it's a pretty safe bet that the districts don't want to spend more money than is necessary. So now let's get into filing fees. Most races this year in Kitsap County do not have a filing fee because those fees are based on the position salaries, and most of the local positions don't pay salaries. For some offices there are filing fees though, so look in the guidelines book to be sure. If the position salary is less than $1,000, then the fee is $10. If there is a fee, by the way, we can accept credit cards, checks, and cash. If you file online, there is no added fee for using a credit card, but there is if you file in person. There's a fee on the credit card. For everything except the 2 mayor races and the municipal court judge, the credit card fee is $5 or less. If you're running for mayor or judge, however, your credit card fee is going to be somewhere between $25 and $50 for filing in person. Again, online there is no added fee. Please contact us if you want to know the exact transaction fee. Also, all fees are due when you file. If the salary is more than $1,000 a year, then the filing fee is 1% of that. So in the example you see here, you would move the decimal point 2 spots to the left and you get the fee. A $40,698 annual salary equals a $406.98 filing fee. By the way, filing fees are not refundable. If you would rather not pay the fee and you can get people to sign a petition for you, you can file that way. You need one valid signature for every whole dollar of the filing fee. So the filing fee for a candidate in Bremerton is $145.80. So you would need 145 valid signatures. Valid means a signature from someone registered to vote in the district you wish to represent. It can't just be anyone. It can't be just any registered voter. They have to live somewhere where they can actually vote for you. By the way, you are not allowed to split your filing fee between paying a fee or submitting signatures. It's pay the entire fee or get enough signatures. You can't do both. The main rule about residency is that you must live where you plan to serve, or as we will say, wherever you lay your head is where you are allowed to serve. Different jurisdictions, primarily a few of the cities, do have some differences when it comes to how long you've had to live there. So make sure you check in the guidelines book to see if you qualify to run where you would like to, and it doesn't hurt to double check with the district you're planning to represent. All the races this year are nonpartisan, which means any race that gets 3 candidates or more will be in the primary. If there is a primary, the top 2 candidates advance to the general election. In the primary, candidates are placed on the ballot in order determined by a lot draw we do a few minutes after filing ends. The same goes for the general election in races where there wasn't a primary. If there is a primary, the top 2 candidates advance to the general election and are placed on the ballot in order of finish in the primary. So, the top vote getter in the primary goes first on the ballot. All candidate statements for the local voters pamphlets are due by June 4th. If you submit your statement using the same online portal you used to file, your statement would be due there by May 28th. That portal is run by the state and there is no wiggle room. We give you an additional week to turn it in by email or fax or in person. Those are fine, but if you're asking us to key it in for you, we're fine doing that, but make sure you take a closer look at the proof we send you later to make sure that we input everything correctly. Speaking of inputting everything correctly, it's important that you know that when you turn your statement in, the 2 things we will immediately check is to make sure you're under the word count and that you didn't write about someone else in your statement. By the way, endorsements are fine in that regard. Those are about you. The point is, we don't edit for grammar or punctuation. It's up to you to make sure that it's correct in the pamphlet. So I hesitate to offer a lot of advice to anyone, but I will tell you that it's probably a good practice to have someone who is competent in the ways of grammar and punctuation and is someone who likes you generally to review your statement before you turn it in. If you're looking at the picture of this gentleman on this slide and you still don't know why he's there, this might be a good example of why it's good to have somebody else look at your work. Also, write your statement as if you are certain you'll be in the general election. We don't allow changes between the primary and the general election, so write something that will work in both. If you want to submit a video statement, it will live on our YouTube channel and it will be available to voters who access their ballots online. As much as you possibly can, make sure your video is the same as your pamphlet. If you read your candidate statement word for word, that's perfect. No longer than 3 minutes, and don't be wearing or showing anything that shows you are an elected official or were one. Please refer to the website and the guidebook to get most of your questions answered, but if you still have more, email us at auditor@co.kitsap.wa.us. Thanks again, and we look forward to working with you.